do have notes because I have so much I want to say. So, good afternoon, everyone. I'm honored to stand here today, not just as a farmer, but as a voice of the hardworking people of rural Ohio. My name is Bryn Bird. I am the director of the new, 8 weeks, president of Ohio Farmers Union. We are here today because we believe in the Constitution. We believe in checks and balances and the power of the people. I've been showing up to protest, chanting, literally crawling on my knees with the farm workers in Florida to uphold the dignity of work of our farmers and farm workers for almost 2 decades. This is a movement that seeks to protect workers, build a regional and local food system, to ensure that farmers who grow and sustain the food of this country are not left behind, and that everybody has access to clean and healthy food. This is a movement for the future of agriculture and farming in America, about protecting the environment, about dismantling monopolies, about rebuilding these rural economies. But today we face a critical issue. This movement has been hijacked and co-opted by those who do not represent the true interests of the laborer, the worker, the environment, the food system. I'm talking about the co-opting of the movement and turning it into the Maha movement. I'm talking about people like RFK Jr. who seek to use the real concerns that we have about our... who seek to use the real concerns that we have as Americans about our environment, about our agriculture, about our clean food, about our clean air and water, for personal influence. And the current administration, who is using our broken food system for votes. Let us not forget the original advocates for a strong, fair agricultural policies were leaders like Cesar Chavez, who fought for the rights of the farm workers, who stood for a just and fair food system, for Marcy Kaptur, for Marsha Fudge, for Sherrod Brown, and for Cory Booker. It was Marcy Kaptur who sponsored the original legislation that led to the Seniors Farm Market Nutrition Program and the WIC Farm Market Nutrition Program. Hold on. It's getting wet. It's Marsha Fudge, who was almost our Secretary of Agriculture, because she not only understood where the food was coming from, but getting the food into the hands of the people who deserve clean and fair and fresh food. It was Senator Sherrod Brown who served as the senior ranking member of the Senate Ag Committee for decades, who's fought for pretty much anything around local and regional food systems and put it into the farm bill. And it's Cory Booker, who right now who introduced the Honor Fair Farmers Contract, where over 30,000 farmers right now are waiting on money that has been taken because of executive power overreach. Money that they have, of contracts that they have with the government, signed legal contracts. And they are not getting paid back. All these contracts were for conservation efforts to make sure we had cleaner water, cleaner food, cleaner soil. Programs around solar, programs around regional and local food systems that my family even sold into that we are not getting paid back for. The Honor Farmers Contract is saying that we deserve the money that we have been promised by our government and to take back from the executive power. These are powerful Democrats who understood the importance of creating equitable food systems that were rooted in local and regional production. USDA is bulldozing these efforts that are going to help small farms producers sell healthy food directly into our schools, into our food banks, into our communities. So they have currently rolled back the organic standards and are not paying for the organic cost share program. They are not paying for the organic transition program. The administration has blocked the implementation of something that Cesar Chavez fought for, and we have continued to fight for to this day, the implementation where we have asked the Department of Labor for decades to simply put in regulations against federal workplace heat protections. This is simple. If you work in excruciatingly hot heat, you deserve a break, you deserve shade, and you deserve water. That's it. Now those rules will not go into effect as we go into one of the hottest summers again on record. They are proposing changes to laws where we cannot label dangerous chemicals being used in our agriculture. That what the federal government says these chemicals are, states and local municipalities are not allowed to have their own laws that change those labels. So we don't know. Yeah, there you go. And mostly, corporate consolidation and greed. The current tariffs that are going to create more consolidation at the top of our food system. Eggs are not expensive because eggs are expensive. I know as a local farmer that having corporate consolidation is what hurts all of us. And right now, it is not just avian influenza, it's the fact that 50% of all the eggs in the U.S. are owned by 5 companies. 95% are owned by 20 companies. I know what happens when you have competition. I go to the farmer's market, there's 20 other farmers there selling eggs. If I want to try and raise mine $2 because, maybe nobody else had eggs that week, but the next person next to me sells theirs for 50 cents less, people don't buy from me, I have to bring my prices down. That is fair. That is what gives you, the consumer, fair prices, and me, the farmer, fair competition. Last administration was the first time that we used DOJ to try to start fighting this corporate consolidation of the food system, and this current administration will not fight that, will not stop this, and that is what we know is going to happen and hit all of you in your pocketbooks, as we have more and more corporate consolidation in our food system and less opportunities for local, regional, and healthy food. But there's good news. We're not powerless, guys. Throughout history, everyday Americans have stood up. Not by just protesting, but by taking action, by speaking up, by holding their elected people accountable. When I've gotten, in 2008, when I was doing my first farm bill and I was trying to get in a little piece of legislation and it failed, I felt like giving up. They rolled back a lot of farm labor protections in that year. And I wanted to give up. And there are people who've been fighting since the 50s, since the 60s, who lived in campers down in the South trying to fight for farm workers, who looked at me and said, "Are you kidding me? You're here for a day. Keep fighting. Keep showing up. This is a setback. We will keep fighting. We will keep going, and we're not stopping just because of this new election." Today we have the same thing. So my call for action is that everybody takes their phone out right now. Take a look around at your community, because this is your voice. We're strong together. We're going to take back the food movement. We're going to take back ensuring that we have healthy food for all Americans, that is equitable, that is not for corporate interests, that is for the environment, and that is going to protect our environment and protect our health. We are taking that back. If you open your contacts, we're going to add the 2 numbers of our senators. First, Senator Houston. When he was asked at a recent, this is before he got elected, but when he was asked at a recent town hall in Licking County, as we were facing the onslaught of corporations coming to Licking County for all of our resources like our water, we said, what happens to the farmers and the rich heritage of agriculture in Ohio? And he looked directly at us and said, things change. His number is 202-224-3353. Bernie Moreno. Who's never even talked about a farmer? 202-224-2315. You can Google that too, guys. But let them know we're watching. Let them know we're not giving up. We're not going to give up the Constitution. Tell them to support Cory Booker's act to pay back farmers for the contracts, the legal contracts that they have with the government that they are owed.